Hey there guys, what's going on? Gale right here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi Memoria Freese video, and today we're going to be talking about collaborations. Yes, this is another discussion video where I'm going to be talking about collaborations that I want. Now, if you were to look at the game right now, right, we have had some very interesting collaborations, some really expected ones and some really unexpected ones, okay? So I'm just going to go through the album, right? We'll go through the album. If you look at the end of the album usually gives you the list of characters that we've had in a collaboration. So initially when the game first came out, I think a year into it, or just a bit under a year into it, I think it was right before the anniversary, actually about a month or two before the anniversary, we got Kino's Journey. And I hadn't heard about Kino's Journey at that time. I'm a huge anime nerd, but I had no idea about Kino's Journey, to be quite honest. But it was a pretty good story. I really liked it. I really liked the characters, and I overall enjoyed it, especially with the stuff with Hermes and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. Then later in the year, we got Attack on Titan, which was unexpected as hell. I think this is probably still the most unexpected collaboration we've ever had, honestly. And I don't know who organized it or how it was organized, but we got AOT, right? AOT was one of the big collaborations that happened. Then we had Date Alive, we had Goblin Slayer, we had Strike the Blood, we had Executioner and Way of Life, and Another Eden. Now, we've had a couple of collaborations. I think in total, if we were to count it, we had Kino's Journey, AOT, Date Alive, Executioner and Her Way of Life, Goblin Slayer, Strike the Blood, and Another Eden. That's 7 collaborations in total. And if you really want to include it as well, we could also technically include the Crunchyroll collaboration, so that's 8, right, in total. So collaborations happen consistently, and even if they don't happen, we usually get a rerun of a collaboration. Like, for example, Data Life has come back, I think, a total of like 2 to 3 times at this point, in all honesty. It's ridiculous. That's probably the most common rerun we've had for a collaboration, right? And AOT has never been rerun. Kino's Journey has been rerun. So we have had reruns for these collaborations, but for the most part, they're always one-offs, right? And we've come to expect at least one collaboration a year. Now, technically, if we look at this year, we've kind of already completed that quota, right? Because we had Date Alive at the start of the year, or just before the year turned over. Then we had, of course, Executioner and Her Way of Life. We had Strike the Blood last year. So technically our quota is done for the time being. The next collaboration I expect to happen sometime in January onwards, so post 2023 effectively. That's my expectation, right? But what do I want? Right now is the time to consider, what collaborations do I want? What do I want to see Danmachi do? Obviously, I wouldn't mind them rerunning Date Alive or doing more Date Alive stuff, because season 5 is coming out and stuff like that. It would be fine with me to do more Date Alive stuff. But my question is, if they were to go for a new franchise, what would I want, right? Now, to get into this video, I have 3 collaboration ideas. One that's pretty much very likely. One that is somewhat likely. It's got potential. You know, you've got that, junior wonder kid, or not even wonder kid. You've got that player, you've got that footballer, be it English football or American football, and they're in college, but you know that they have that potential. They have that potential in them. I think this second one has some potential, but we'll have to wait and see, kind of thing. And then the final one is something that I don't expect to happen at all, but it's something that I want. I would love to see it happen, because it would be really cool. It would bring in a huge audience to the game, because that's one thing to note, right? Is when we're getting collaborations, we're also getting the audience of that anime franchise to come play our game. And I think it's one of the best marketing tactics that Danmachi can employ, because right now, I mean, we've discussed this. I think one of the comments under my State of Danmachi video stated, that the marketing for the game wasn't that great. And I agree, the marketing for Danmachi Memoria Freese isn't fantastic. But if they are able to, make sure they can promote it in one way or another, collaborations is a fantastic way, because you can get a huge audience from a well-established fan base, right? Obviously, stuff like Executioner and Her Way of Life isn't going to attract a big fan base, but Date Alive, Goblin Slayer, AOT, these big franchises will bring in a new fan base. So before we get into my first option, the one that's the likeliest, please do leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, of course, for more content like this, and comment down below, what would you guys like to see? What collaboration would you guys love to see? It can be one of the ones I've said, it can be one of the ones you make up depending on what franchise you want to follow. It can be from a game, it can be from an anime. If you want to say Genshin, you want to say FGO, you want to say just Dragon Ball Z, whatever it may be my guest. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say and how you would come up with your banners and stuff like that, because the way we're going to be doing this video is I'm going to be going over why I think it's likely, and then I'm going to be giving you guys some unit options as to like how it's going to work out and stuff like that. All right, in terms of like banners and stuff. All right, so the first one, I think this is one that's been demanded for a very long time alongside another show. It's Konosuba. Konosuba is one of the most demanded collaborations for this game, in all honesty, and I can see why. Very similar themes in the sense of a fantasy world, sort of like leveling thing and everything of that sort, magic and all that. It works extremely well, right? It will work extremely well, and you can also do the whole storyline extremely easily, because you can easily shove in these characters via a portal or something along those lines, right? So for me, Konosuba is very likely. Another reason why I think it's also likely is because Konosuba's gacha game, Konosuba Fantastic Days, already had a Danmachi collaboration. They have had a collaboration with the Danmachi franchise. So it's not impossible that they could easily do the other way around, bring Konosuba characters to Danmachi Memoria Freese. I think it's very, very likely. I think I would love to see it as well, because you could get some amazing characters and, just arts for them as well. I think it would be fantastic. It would also bring in a huge fan base. Konosuba has got a huge fan base, right? So that's why I personally would have gone. I would go for Konosuba. Now, I mentioned another show that I think was also very much demanded for, and personally I would love it more than Konosuba, but I didn't put it because I think it's less likely, and that's ReZero. So that's one more collaboration that I just wanted to chuck in there, sort of like an honorable mention. But Konosuba is my choice for the likeliest collaboration. And how would I set up the banners and units and stuff like that? Well, Aqua would be the free 4-star unit, okay? That's the first thing I would do, is Aqua would be the free 4-star unit you can get from the storyline. So that's done. All right, Aqua in already. We've got Aqua in. Next up, we have Kazuma and Bell. Those are going to be the two male characters for the banners, basically. So Kazuma will be on one banner, Bell will be on the other banner. And the reason why I've put Bell in is, if you look at previous units, right? If you look at older collaborations and stuff like that, like look at Bell, for example, right? If you look at the AOT Bell, which I do have, if I can find him, there he is. He's wearing the AOT outfit, the ODM gear and everything is on him, right? So I do think they could easily do something like where, Bell wears Kazuma's outfit and stuff, right? And similarly, coming on to my next set of units, I would put in Hestia wearing Aqua's outfit. I think that would be fantastic. I think that would be very interesting, especially with the, difference in sizes in certain areas. It would be very interesting to see how that goes. And of course, I would have Megumin and Darkness on the banners as well. So basically, so far the banners, there would be two banners, 3 and 3 on each side. On one banner you'd have Kazuma, on one banner you'd have Bell. I would put Hestia wearing Aqua's outfit on Kazuma's banner, and I would put Megumin and Darkness on Bell's banner. Of course, Aqua is already the free unit, right? So who would be my final option? Now, more often than not, if you look at all the collaborations, right, we've always had Eyes as one of the main units, or we've had Hestia, we've had Bell, or we've had Lily Ruka. I'm not gonna go for Eyes. I know a lot of people would have probably said, oh, put Eyes in Darkness's outfit or something like that. No, I am going for Lily Ruka wearing Megumin's outfit. I think that would be way cooler and way better, and also size-wise it would make sense, right? And I think it would match up extremely well. So I'm going to say Lily Ruka goes into the banner alongside Hestia and Kazuma. So that would be the banners, and the free unit would be Aqua. They could probably put in more banners as well, potentially, because if you look at previous celebrations, right, previous collaborations, we've always had second parts regularly nowadays, especially like I think for Goblin Slayer we had a part 2 banner, we had Executioner and A Way of Life part 2 and stuff like that. You could easily chuck in, say for example, Iris from Konosuba. Potentially you can chuck her in. You could chuck in somebody else. You could chuck in a lot of units, characters and units, in my personal opinion. So for me, I would say that is the case. All right, so that is Konosuba, and I think that is very, very likely. I think Konosuba is the likeliest option. Now coming on to my second option, which I think is somewhat likely, but I would love to see it because you could get some amazing stuff from this. Sword Art Online. Now, I know people will say, really, Sword Art Online? I think that's more likelier than anything else. But I do think there's a bit of like, middle ground with it, because I think SAO obviously is licensed by Bandai for their games and stuff. So I'm not sure exactly how it works with collaborations and all. I personally don't even remember seeing Sword Art Online in any other gacha game as well. Hence why my my inner debate about it actually happening. But the biggest thing, and the one reason why I feel like it's very likely to happen and it would be very cool, is because Bell and Kirito share the same VA. They share the same Japanese VA, so it would be super, super cool. You could get some really cool interactions off with them. And then on top of that, if you look at the banners, easily Bell wearing Kirito's clothes. 100%. We rarely see Bell wearing dark clothes, right? I mean, we obviously have this Bell Cronell who's wearing more black, right? But if you look at Bell generally, right? If you look at all of Bell's outfits, it's always a bright color that's on him. Seeing him wear full black for once will be insane. I think those two will be the main units, of course, on both banners. But I do think this is where I can make a part 2 more easily, because part 1 will be focused on Alicization. I would make it so that it's Alicization focused. So SAO Alicization. We would have Yu-Gi-Oh, we would have Alice, we would have Aiz wearing Alice's outfit, I would say. I think that would be better. Or yeah, no, Alice wearing Aiz's outfit, or Aiz wearing Alice's outfit. There we go, got there in the end. You could put in Wealth wearing Yu-Gi-Oh's outfit potentially, something like that. And those would be the 3 units basically. So Aiz, Wealth, Bell, Alice, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Kirito, right? That would be the 6 units. Then in the part 2 banner, you would have 2 and 2. You would have Asuna, Lifa, Sinon, and you can have a 4th unit from Danmachi. And I think this one would probably be Ryu wearing Lifa's outfit, I would say, or Lilyruka wearing Sinon's outfit. I think that would be insanely cool. And that would be the part 2 banner. And you could also have a part 3 if you really want to, with an extra like Kirito and maybe a Hestia wearing somebody else's outfit or something like that. I think that would be literally it. Or Aiz wearing Asuna's outfit. That would be a different variation as well. That would be sick. I think that would be amazing. You could easily get some really cool stories out of it as well, some really cool moments as well, and just the interactions between the characters I think would be fantastic. So for me, Sword Art Online would be my second option. Not like as likely as Konosuba, but it's not impossible either. I think this is but the one we're going to be going on to next is definitely impossible. I don't think it's going to ever happen, but I love the franchise, so I would love to see it in Danmachi Memoria Freese, and it would bring in a huge fan base, because the franchise I'm talking about did used to have a gacha game, but it shut down last year. I think it was. I think at the start of last year it shut down, if I recall correctly. Some of you might have already guessed what I'm going to be talking about. Yes, it is Naruto. I would love to see Naruto in Danmachi in some way. And the thing is, in terms of the storylines, you could easily put in Naruto in Danmachi in some way, shape, or form. You know, through the use of genjutsu, or obviously with the whole thing of like an alternate timeline, kind of like, remember how we had the Naruto Road to Ninja movie where Naruto and Sakura got transported to another timeline where, you know, Sakura's dad was the 4th Hokage and stuff like that. It would be extremely cool. I would love to see Naruto in Danmachi, because you could easily make the elements and everything work as well. Naruto, wind affinity, make him a wind unit. Sasuke and Kakashi, you can make him, you can make both of them lightning units. I almost forgot the element. You can make them both thunder units. Sakura could be a support balanced unit, maybe earth focused or light, one of the two, and just make her focus on healing. Make her somewhat like Haruhime maybe. Then you can chuck in units like Itachi, Madara, and so on and so forth. Make Naruto, it could be also just based on part 1 Naruto, because then you can chuck in units like maybe, for example, Gaara, Lee, stuff like that. That would be very interesting, right? And then you can make, obviously, Bell wear Naruto's gear. You can make Aiz wear Sakura's outfit. You can make who would wear Sasuke's outfit? I'm very curious, because Bell really doesn't have a rival of sorts. I mean, you could probably say maybe Bed, but even then probably not. I don't know, that it would be very interesting. You could easily make Finn wear Kakashi's outfit or something, like just as a funny joke or something, you know, or it would be really cool. I think there's so many things you could do with this as well, and the assist wise as well, you could probably chuck in I don't know, Hestia wearing Hinata's outfit or something. I don't know. It would be very, very cool. There would be a couple of ways you can go about it, I think. And it would be one of those wild stories, I feel. Again, it's one of those things where it's very unlikely. I don't think it's ever going to happen. But I can see the potential of it, and I can idealize a sort of like way they could do it, right, in terms of banners and stuff like that. You could easily make the free unit, like for example Itachi or something. I don't know. I mean, Itachi as a free unit would bang. I'm not gonna lie, it would bang a lot, but I doubt that would be the case. I doubt they would make a big seller like Itachi a free unit. Maybe Sakura would be the free unit, I don't know. But there you have it. I think those would be my 3 most wanted collaborations. To reiterate, Konosuba is the likeliest, Sword Art Online would be the middle ground, and then Naruto would be the least likeliest. Probably never gonna happen, but I can dream. I can definitely dream. Let me know in the comment section down below what collaborations you guys would like to see. Hopefully you guys managed to get some ideas from my video as to like how to sort it out and everything. I'm curious to see what y'all have to say. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's been Gilright. Leave a like, subscribe for more Danmachi content, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Take it easy, everybody. Bye bye.